I have picked up on a very special light worker today. So I don't know if you know this about yourself or you are still on more of that discovery path in terms of what specific gifts you possess as a light worker, but you are a grid worker. So you are actually here to stabilize new frequencies, and physical location is very important to your mission. It is very tied to your purpose. So you may find that you are someone who goes on a lot of walks, that you just almost like feel the urge to, right? Or that you even ride your bike a lot. And I would even encourage you to Google the ley lines in your area, because they could very well match up with a lot of the routes that you take, places that you walk or ride your bike, or just places that you frequent quite often. You could be someone who's moved around a lot, even within this, oh, there goes my nose. Even within the same area or the city, like maybe you don't even stay in one apartment for too long and things like that, that you just always feel this urge to move. But it's really because you are stabilizing these new frequencies, and you are a particular kind of light worker called a grid worker. So you may want to do some more research on that as well, and just see what all, comes up for you, all that resonates, and just go down all the rabbit holes, right? But I got some interesting words in your energy, like precise and engineered. And Spirit even showed me this like geometric grid with coordinates on it, right? And so again, it's like you are stabilizing these new frequencies, and you being there is very, very important, because you are stabilizing these new frequencies. And you may really resonate with being someone who just, you look around and you really, really feel like you don't belong. You feel extremely different, but this is so on purpose. This is like one of the most telltale signs, right? And I also got that you're the type of soul that actually gets activated in moments of like, collapse and confusion and transition. And this is very much on purpose as well. Again, like your soul gets activated in those moments, you're needed in those moments. And this is why your life hasn't followed a normal rhythm, right? And I'm getting that you don't move fast, you move accurately. Okay. You may have even been told that, either directly or indirectly, that you are slow to decide, that you are slow to act, slow to commit. But this is actually a narrative about you that's been projected onto you that is actually untrue. Okay, the thing is you wait for alignment over motivation. Okay, you wait for timelines to lock in. Okay, and you could do this consciously or subconsciously. And I'm getting that this is actually why, like, rushed environments, they are exhausting to you, and even things like small talk really drain you, and chaotic or really like ungrounded people, they can even be like physically overwhelming to you. Okay, this is actually because you are tuned to more subtle frequencies. Okay, I'm getting 77 could be of importance, 155 and 255. I'm getting something about Johnny Cash. I was also getting that your energy is calibrating right now. And so I am getting that you're going through some kind of just disorienting things like, hours disappearing, like just time moving really strangely around you. And also that you are more and more getting like downloads in layers, right? So it's like, a sensation and then emotion and the sentence and clarity and then action, right? Like there's like a lot that is just coming in layers as far as like your downloads are coming in, and that is like picking up more and more, and your energy and your nervous system is calibrating to that as well. And I also got that there is something about like a karmic contract here. And I'm not going to get into it too much, but I am getting that there is someone from your past that you let go of. I do feel like this person was someone who, I don't know why I got the word like conquer, someone who wanted to like conquer you, right? That you really, you know, rattled their demons just by existing. And it was like they just really wanted to take from you, right? Like they just, your shine, they really didn't want to see you getting more attention than them and things like that, and just how you naturally were more magnetic than they were. And I am getting that you are very recently having a lot of dreams about this person, and it does feel like it's because they are getting closer. So spirit is just wanting you to have a heads up that they are likely going to reach out. I do feel like it has been a while, and so why this heads up is really going to help you and just prepare yourself and decide now not to respond or give them an inch of any kind. This is really that kind of energy to where no matter how you responded, even if it was to stand up for yourself or draw a line in the sand, assert some sort of boundary here, that like any attention is good attention to this person, okay? So I just wouldn't respond at all. No matter how much they continue to reach out, eventually they will stop. You just can't feed the demon, right? And also because this energy, it does feel like almost more than karmic. It feels vengeful. And so I just really don't even want to go there. But I think the heads up is really going to help you and also explain why you are having dreams of this person, because they are just really trying to reattach themselves to your energy. And so to avoid that and any kind of like reconnection of a soul tie there, I would not respond at all, because this karmic contract, it has expired quietly, which is also, I think, why for the most part for a while now you have felt relief of them not being in your energy. But maybe again with the dreaming of them and not really knowing why, it's probably giving you some knots in your stomach. But don't worry, this will subside. And again, just if and when they do reach out, then just don't give them anything, all right? But I am also getting that here too, and where your energy really needs to be focused on is really just a lot of self-care, being in your routine as much as possible, because you are being moved to a leadership position here. Now, I am picking up on someone who does not call themselves a leader and did not ask for this, but that is precisely why you are getting this. And you may have noticed, as kind of a quiet theme in your life, that as much as you are a misfit, that people really tend to orient themselves around you, even though you don't really, roll with a clique or a group or a crowd or anything like that, that people just really, really love you, and they tend to see you that way. And again, sort of orbit and orient themselves around you, even though you would never call yourself a leader. But I am getting that you are going to know where to stand when the noise settles, okay? And also, like, as I was like stepping into your energy, I don't know why the word hella came up. So I don't know if that's something that you say a lot, but I just kept wanting to say it. But I don't think I've ever, I mean, especially if y'all been watching me for a while, I don't think I've ever once said hella. So maybe that is, again, just something that you say a lot and will just be another confirmation for you that this is your message. And I actually just got a phone call, which is really odd. I almost never get phone calls when I am channeling. And it was weird because it was my gram, and she is my favorite human in the world, and I love talking to her. But for some reason, my stomach, like, just turned into all of these knots when I got the phone call. And again, she just texted me too and just was like, I just wanted to tell you I love you. So it was like very much like a good thing. But I feel like that was just confirmation, going back to what I said earlier about the incoming communication. I feel like that was just a confirmation. But anyways, I also just wanted to just say again, it's just really important for you to really listen to your energy at this time. Really go that extra mile for yourself. Stay extra connected to God, to your guides, right? And just try to remember, and this may be even like a good reminder or something you want to turn into an affirmation, but you are going from this, like, I don't know why I was getting like emotional labor, which is going from that to energetic authority, right? So again, like, when the dust settles, you're going to know where to stand. You are being moved into a position of leadership. You are a grid worker. And, the other really important function about grid workers that is maybe even like not talked about enough is, they don't necessarily like chase timelines or magnetize timelines. They actually set timelines in a lot of ways. And so that's why for, grid workers, I think a lot of the times, when things really fall into place, it's not so much magical as it is like exact. Again, going back to those words of like, precise and exact and engineered and things like that. And so even just those words may be activating for you as well and may resonate. But that is all that I have for you today, family. I hope you enjoyed this channeling. Let me know how this resonated. This was a really, really cool one. And I just want to say how grateful I am for y'all, how much I love y'all. I really appreciate y'all being patient with me lately. I know I have been a little bit off. Truthfully, I just have needed a break, I think, and probably for a little while now. I am definitely someone who will push myself until my guides have to sit my ass down. And so that is something that I am still working on. But, I think when I hit these walls, if I just take a day or two here and there, then I really and truly feel so much better. And so I'm just really trying to give myself permission to do that. And, I am still in a place where, social media is still, and especially doing it every single day, I really, in the grand scheme of it, haven't been doing that for very long. And where I'm at right now, me and my nervous system are still getting used to that. I don't know if I will ever be someone who really thrives and wants to be on social media every single day. And I think that I probably will always hit these walls where I have to take little breaks until it feels good again, and then just have to listen to myself when it happens again. So, as much as I love this and love doing it, and I'll be okay, for a while until I kind of hit a wall, I think I'm just still trying to, figure out the best way that works for me. So, that's all that is. And, I just always really want to be candid and open and authentic with y'all. And I think when we do that for ourselves, it, helps our brothers and sisters be able to do that if that's something that they struggle with as well. So, anywho, that is all for now, y'all. I just love you so much. I'm always rooting for you and pulling for you. I am looking forward to hearing how this resonates for you, and I will see you in the next one.